All right, thanks for tuning in for today's episode. We've kind of reached the time of the year that my favorite way of fishing comes into play quite a bit. If you've watched my channel over the years, you know I like to throw my bucktail or my little hair jig, whatever you want to call it. We just, growing up, we just called it a jig. It's my favorite way to catch fish. It's like meditation for me. There's just something about the simplicity of a small jig and a spinning rod. It's deadly effective. It'll catch any species that swims. This episode starts out, we found some stripers, smaller stripers, but we found them early on. Oh yeah, it shows fish.
I think I got stripers right here.
Yeah, I think this must be a spot. No, I don't. It's got to be one of those smaller stripers, I think. Yeah, striper. All right, that's nice little stripey. I was just getting ready to take it out of the water and he came and got it.
Well, that answers your question, doesn't it?
Another little striper. You know what? They're fun. I don't care what anybody says. I was reeling at 100 miles an hour, taking it out of the water. Boy, Zane, are we in like...
What?
There's all kinds of boats. Look at them.
Yeah. The alarm motor.
Yeah, I don't like... That's the bad thing about fishing on a weekend. It's going to be a lot of people. I got several bumps that time. There he was again. Got oh, Zane, it's even a smaller one.
Oh, Dana, I got one. I got one. Can I spot lock it?
You might want to. Just a little guy. Yeah, well that's where I caught mine, is off that way. Heck, I'll take those all day long.
Dang, I can see it.
Yeah, it's just a little guy. But...
Oh, he hit me, Dana. Son of a gun, he hit me. Yeah, that was a better striper.
I'm catching the dinky ones. Oh boy, Zane, talk about him. I mean, he's a little one, but I'll take it. He hit it like a freight train. They're little ones, but boy, they're fun. All right, thanks for tuning in. We're out here on a Saturday morning. It's cold, overcast, and we're catching small stripers. Or we were catching small stripers. Unfortunately, it was fishing on a Saturday, so it was busy, and it got a little too busy for us in that area. So we decided to move to another section of the lake. We were on the northwest side of the lake. Decided to go up the river and fish for bass and whatever else we could find. And that's where my little bucktail came into play. Man, there's nothing better than to feel them thump that little jig. I just love it.
Two within what? 10 feet?
Was that you that dinged? It wasn't me, I don't think.
That was me.
Yep, it's a nice one too. Hey! Huh. Yeah, that's a nice 2-pounder, maybe a little bigger.
So did you hit it like it's supposed to?
No, just barely.
Oh, no, I just got it.
That's another decent fish. It's another 2-pounder.
Hey. How about that?
Yeah, we'll take it. So the area we were fishing with the stripers got too busy, too many boats. It's a Saturday, so we've come up the river now. We're throwing jigs. See if we can find a spot or two or a largemouth. Ooh, it's another nice one. I mean, that's got to be 2.
Yeah. Dude,
Nice fish. Just off of a point. Boy, it's tough without any wind.
you got one.
Yep.
Is it a good one?
Decent fish.
All right.
That's another little, might be 1.25 pounds, maybe, on the old hair jig. He wasn't a giant, but I'll take him. Big old spot. Nice little fatty, 1.5 pounds. That Zane, I'm looking at there. That fish was deep too. I'm looking at a few. Boy, he's gonna break me off. He ain't that big.
That's hot.
He's bigger than I thought he was.
You think that's the one I missed.
Well, it's the one I missed. Zane, that's a nice fish. Nice one. The old trusty. Huh, I like that. Having a little bit of bait around makes all the difference. He hit me, you know, he hit it once. I missed him.
Ooh, another good one.
Just saying, that's the biggest fish of the day. Yeah, that's a nice one.
Boy, that is a pretty good one.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm getting rained on. This just looks good, doesn't it?
Yeah, you can't beat it, can you?
Oh boy.
What do you got?
Zane, I think I'm gonna have to net him.
Oh, shoot. Yes, you are.
Yeah, that's a nice one.
Oh, boy. Look at how fat he is.
Yeah, that's a nice one.
Boy, the old chartreuse jig, you cannot beat it.
Chartreuse. Look, that's a nice one. That's probably my biggest of the day right there. Big old fatty.
I got that little stuff on here. What does that get us?
Yeah, that lasted. Didn't last long. There it is. Oh boy, it's another good one. Boy, you just can't beat it. It's you know, it's a pound and a half, maybe 2 pounds. Nice fish. On the old trusty jig.
God dang it.
Now that one was a subtle bite. He didn't hammer it. Man, my kind of fishing. Love it. So we're fishing right back through an area we fished just a minute ago. It's a bend in the river channel. It's got a lot of bait. Now, oh, he hit it again. I wonder what that was. I missed one.
I missed one.
Well, Zane, you might want to
What?
slow us down from, you know, this. There seems to be some fish in this area. That's another nice one.
There we go. It's a tree fish. Tree fish. I thought it was a fish. Darn it. Felt good. One of the best things about fishing a hair jig like this is it'll catch anything that swims. Any species of fish will eat it. Oh, I just missed it. Darn it. Jeez, hold on. Holy smokes. Steep rocks, bluff walls. That's the kind of stuff we were fishing today. Man, there is no greater feeling than when a fish thumps that little jig. There's just something about it. I love it. So we were fishing up the river for today's video, and there's a lot of steep bluff walls, I guess is what you would call them. And rocky points that drop off quick. We were fishing fairly deep water. It's this area we were fishing right at the bank. You know, this bluff wall, it drops straight down probably 15 feet. And the boat's setting in 30 to 40 feet of water. And I'm just working that jig out and getting bit. And it's exciting for me because I just love fishing a jig. There's an art to fishing a jig properly, and like I said, it's therapeutic for me. There's just something about it. I don't think about anything else when I'm out there fishing a jig. All I care about is the fishing and the jig. And there's it's hard to explain, but it is my favorite way to catch fish. So I hope that was as good for you as it was for me. I had a heck of a time. I loved it. But thanks for watching. Give it a thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed, and I will see you next time.